There it is. I'm gonna hope that the sun isn't all up in the way here. Hold on. I need. Yeah, there you go. That's better, right? It's not in the way. Everything is kosher, I hope. Oh! What up? How's it going? It's going. I've been up since like midnight, bro. What up? Jordan Matthews? What's going on, man? I'm trying to get the chat to come up on my computer so I don't keep having to tap on my phone and shit, you know? I don't want all that. Come on now. I got my laptop right here. What up, what up? Homeward bound. That's right, dude. I can't wait. I'm so freaking ready to go home. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Hey, look, it's right here. It's live. Now I got chat up on my computer. I got it on my desk. Country road, take me home. All right, yeah, dude, that's good. I'm loaded up right now with a bunch of ranch dressings and stuff. And what's up, guys? And I'm headed to Temple, Texas. So let's see. Oh, look. What's up, Courtney? How are you? Sorry, I'm gonna be looking down right here a lot because I've got my laptop up on my state-of-the-art IKEA desk that I purchased for next to nothing, and it also has a lever for me to lift it up. As you can see here, if you see, it is it can talk, and yeah. As you can see, this is driving me absolutely insane. I'm not used to having it this long, and I usually shave it off, but it's for the, I'm doing it for the beard. Yes, I did watch Driver Lineup's video. And all of you guys that are in here obviously know that that video was about me. Yeah, I got my blood boiling a little bit. Really, the video itself, yeah. Better hurry before Peter gets there first. You're right about that. Hey, what's up, Crystal? How are you? Oh man, yeah, I saw Driver Lineup's video, and it's obvious it was about me because I'm the only guy out here that's calling for policies and procedures. And I'm gonna shut this off because I'm expecting a very important phone call very soon. Well, I've been expecting it, but I'll be patient. Yeah, I saw it. That's great, man. Yeah, Prime is a great company. They are. You can start here. You could make it as a stepping stone and move up to another platform, like say for instance Landstar. You can also retire with Prime. You make very good money here. There's a potential to make very good money here. You do have to put the work in. They're not just gonna be like, oh, you can take home, you're home every weekend, you know, here's $3,000 for the week. Now, you gotta put the time in, you gotta work it out. So generally I'll run on average about 3,000 miles a week, and I make very good money here. Yeah, I know. God, my Discord's like, hey, Trucker Dude Brent posted a new video, man. But that's good. I'm glad you're coming from Stevens. I mean, any place. If you wanna have a good training experience, I imagine. I didn't train here at Prime, so I don't know what the training's like. But as far as I can tell, just peeking out at the pad when I'm in Missouri, or I don't think I really see much training going on in Salt Lake. But there's some that just think that they are wanting to take things too far. Yeah, never a great company. There are some. There are things in particular that I'm not known for keeping my mouth shut. All right, I'm known for speaking my mind, and if I don't find something that's right, people have called me argumentative. That's a very strong word that's used against me when I talk to people. For instance, 2 days ago, somebody had called me. I've never talked to them before. I don't know how they got my number at first. And then we started talking, and that's something that they were talking about. What's going on? Oh, it's a little behind on the chat for my computer. There it is. What's up, Eddie? How are you, man? Starting with new company as a company driver for $1 a mile. Blaze, that's great, dude. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, my wife's sending me long text messages. But I've been called argumentative, when really I don't feel like it's argumentative. They want to tell me their side of the story, and when I try to tell them my side of the story, it's argumentative. No, not necessarily. It's, you said your piece, I'm going to say my piece. You know, I'm going to give an example of the person that called me, talking about, like, okay, you're trying to teach your child how to cook, right? You want them to know how to cook a meal. Say you're cooking ramen noodles or something on the stove. I'm sorry if it's loud, the APU's running, it's hot as hell over here. So you tell your kid, don't touch the stove, because it's hot. But your kid keeps reaching up to touch the stove, and you keep having to smack their hand. And I said, let me stop you right there. I'm going to tell my child one time not to touch the stove. But if they want to reach up and touch the stove, go ahead. Because it's obvious that they are thinking critically. They're not just going to take my word for it. They're going to find out. And if it means them hurting themselves doing it that way, we're going to treat the wound. But they're going to learn their lesson. It's the same thing as when we were kids. How many of you guys remember getting your ass beat when you were kids? I think we turned out okay, right? Now look at these kids nowadays. You know, it's just to each their own. You do your things. There's no book on parenting. There's no way to do things. But I do want my children to go through life, and that's with me in general. Go through life making your own path. You don't have to follow in somebody else's footsteps to become successful. You don't have to follow in somebody else's footsteps to feel like you're worth something. If you don't reach somebody else's goal, then you put yourself down for it, or you get put down for it. That's a horrible thing to go through. Make your own goals. Meet those goals. Make the goals a little shorter and work your way up. I mean, you'll find your own system, but if you get easily discouraged, you're not going to get anywhere in life. And if you live your life in fear by listening to what other people tell you to do, you're never going to experience life. So what's the point? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I got a mini fridge, man. I got a mini fridge, I got an air fryer, I got a George Foreman, I got a microwave, and it all can barely run on this little 1500 watt inverter on my truck. All right? Like I say often, I'm a pioneer. I don't want anybody to follow in my footsteps, though. If my road leads you down a path that you want to take, by all means, go for it. I'm not telling you that you should or shouldn't do anything ever. I give you my experience, and then you decide whether or not you want to follow that. That's all I'm doing. But now if I got a bunch of people, sup dude in TDB, what's up, how are you? But that's what I've always done on this channel. I've never advocated anything that I wouldn't do. And I've always tried to be honest and truthful with everybody that watches my channel. Okay? So when Driver Lino's video came out, I did watch it. And my blood is still boiling from it. So I'm really containing myself right now. So far since you've been at Prime, do they treat you better than Stevens? It's a mixed bag. So Eddie asked me if Prime treats me better than Stevens. In some ways, yes. In other ways, no. No company's perfect. I'll just say that. So you're gonna move somewhere or go do something else. Yeah, I'm getting paid to do what I do. I'm hauling freight safely, keeping everything intact. Truck's still intact. I'm still intact. I'm doing it all safely. What's going on, Rich? How you doing, man? So in the regards of Stevens letting me kind of just do my thing on YouTube, yeah, that's the better aspect. The pay wasn't all that great. With Prime though, you waiting in line, huh? Yeah. So I go to Blue Beacon at like midnight, man. There's usually never a line. But it has to work with your schedule, you know what I mean? Ooh, you're in Tampa. I'm not a big Miami fan, man. I'm not a big Miami fan. Or I'm Florida, I'm sorry. I'm not a big Florida fan. But as far as Prime, I'm starting to feel more like just an ass in the seat. Just a truck number, you know, because that's how I feel, you know. And the reason why I've been able to make so much money here at Prime is because I've been driven to do it. With all this pushback I've been getting lately, I'm starting to get a little discouraged. Driver Lineup posted a video about policies and procedures, and I'm the only Prime driver that's complaining about policies and procedures, so it's obvious that it was about me, even though he tried to keep my name out of the equation. Everybody that watched him knew that it was about me as well, because more than likely, if you're watching me, you're watching him, because a lot of you guys came from Driver Lineup. I'm missing a lot of this. Yeah, any company, right. Well, and Steven's kind of spoiled me in that regard, of being able to just kind of document my experience in my own way. They didn't have policies and procedures in place. They didn't need them either, because they weren't getting on to people. And then if we go back and we look at all the examples that I was given on the times they had to call me about certain things about my channel, on how many people have gotten disqualified from Prime because of these aspects, it's obvious that I'm not the only one. And right now I'm just a hot topic because I'm the renegade, right? I'm the outlaw. That's who I am. Outlaw TDB out here, just trying to get policies and procedures in place. So I'm assuming that Driver Lineup finds that to be selfish of me, because I'm calling for policies and procedures because there aren't any. Yet I'm still getting scolded over things that I put on my YouTube. Not necessarily being threatened in my job recently. After I asked for it in writing, that kind of stopped, which I received, but it's still discouraging to, you know, not really know. It's obvious here that there are, on the front page of the Prime Inc. webpage, they have what they would consider their policies and procedures, which is very gray. Is do what's right, do it safely, don't treat others how you don't want to be treated, you know, things like that. And it's a very gray area. So like, do what's right. What's my right? What's your right? Just because a collective amount of people believe that one thing is right does not make it right. Look at flat earthers. You know what I mean? They all believe that the earth is flat. But is it? You know, like, you know, that's up to you to decide. We're not going to debate that. That's not what this is about. What I'm just using that as an example. It's just because the majority of people do not find something to be true or correct, and it's not, does not make it correct. You know what I mean? What is this? People in authority hates to be challenged. All right, so that's my biggest thing, is that they're attempting to conform me. They're like, shut your mouth, do your job. And I don't play that. I've never played that. I'm too proud for that. Because when I have the inability to question things, I feel like I'm being cornered. And when I feel like I'm being cornered, I get hostile. Just like any wild animal. You know, I'm a human. Like, sometimes I grab my feces and just chuck it at the wall every once in a while. No, just kidding. I don't do that. Just stand at the top of my truck and scream at the top of my lungs, get all my testosterone out before I make a video like this. Because I'm not trying. I would do tanker, yeah. I got my tanker endorsement. What does it say? Bro, you and I would really get along. Critical thinker. No, we don't. We don't ask too many questions. You ask the right amount of questions. There's never too many questions you can ask. If you have a question about something, or you don't think that something's right, and that's why people call me argumentative, because they give me their piece. They think that I want to hear it, so I give it back. And then all of a sudden, I'm argumentative, but you're not. You know where I'm coming from. You called me. Right? And now you want to try to talk me down from whatever pedestal you'll think I'm on. I'm not. I'm open to anything, any advice, and I'll listen. But overall, just like you guys, I can give you advice all day, but it's ultimately up to you whether or not you want to do it. Right? Okay. So it's just a matter of principle. You get what I'm saying? Take a little sip here, because I'm been talking all freaking day, man. I was on the phone at like midnight this morning. Then a buddy of mine from Stevens was falling asleep at the wheel, so he needed somebody to talk to. I talked to him. Whew, been talking to my buddy all day. Yeah, I got Arby's. Oh. Let's hit this for a minute. I haven't been able to use my custom-made vape machine because I don't have the right coils. I have to have like 2 ohm coils or something for my vape machine. I think if you guys had watched Driver Linus' video, I wanted to touch on something from that. He had said something about sitting at the dinner table with his mom, or his mom or his family, and then not cursing because he knew his mom didn't want to have to hear that or be subjected to that. Well, on my side of the table, I curse in front of my mom. My mom curses in front of me. We're like best friends. And not that you're not best friends if you don't curse in front of your mom or any family member or guardian. People live different lives and they grow up in different environments, and just because you didn't do it doesn't make it bad for somebody else to do something like that. Yes, I can't control the people that watch my channel, but they're free to click off my channel. And if you don't, I'm not out here promoting some godsend, come to me for all your information channel. I am presenting what my experience is going through these different avenues in my life, pursuing this trucking career, coming off of 15 years of being an IT professional. And I'm just passing it off to you. And I'm being myself while I'm doing it. Whether that means I'm saying too many F-bombs or S-bombs or any other freaking word that would be considered vulgar, deal with it. This is a social platform, and I'm just talking as if any trucker would talk. Like what, I'm gonna paint this fake picture of how truck drivers are. Like I'm looking at a skinny guy right now that's getting ready to go shower. Like they're not. You think a truck driver? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Like dirty, fat guys with their butt cracks hanging out. You know, I'm not like that. I've been confronted many times with my headset. I'll have my headset. I've stopped wearing my headset walking around now because people will stop me in these stores and like, "Are you a truck driver?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm a truck driver. They're like, "I didn't think you were." Like, all right, have a good day. I'll see you later. Why? Like, okay, I am though. My truck's outside. You want to see it? No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm like, all right, man, I appreciate it. Can you just give me my Arby's so I can go and eat alone in my truck? Please? My family drops F-bombs all the time. Right, no, that's what I'm saying. My grandmother does the same thing, man. That's just our family. And people are brought up differently and everything. And if you're trying to drive home a point that the majority of, if you know your audience, you know how to talk to them, then you could get them to be basically on your side. I feel like it's obvious that was directed at me, okay? And I don't hate the man for it, okay? I get it. He's like, run your channel how you want, whatever, but all the points he was trying to make was like, that I shouldn't be doing it, you know? So in a nonchalant way, stirring up some shit that didn't need to be stirred up. And it's all because he wanted to make the point that just because I want policies and procedures in place to not fuck it up for everybody else. And I don't feel like I am, because how many people that don't have voices anymore have been fired for shit that they could have prevented by having these things in place? It's just a baseline thing, and it goes down to the art of principle here, like how to govern yourself. And it's like, yeah, I govern myself based off of my upbringing and what I'm used to being able to do. I'm not used to having to cave or curve my language, because there might be some baby ears in the audience. Like, if you don't like what I do, you're free to move on. And it's as simple as that. I don't feel like I need to cater to other people. If someone wants me to call them another gender or another race, I'm gonna call it like I see it at first. But if my mistake, I'll say it then. But like, that's just out of respect for that one person. But I'm not catering to anybody here. I'm not asking anybody for anything here. I am literally just on here to present you guys with the experience that I've had and let you determine whether or not you want to go through something that I'm going through. What is this? Well, yeah, I mean, I agree, but I mean, as far as like he's feeling like it's infringing on him now, you know, he thinks it's okay to, you know, have the dash cam but not record the road. I get that, the liability thing and all that shit. Yeah, sure. But I mean, how many times is he not doing the same shit listening to YouTube while he's driving? Like the same amount of distraction as if I'm just calling out what I'm doing on the road. You get what I'm saying? So it's just freedom of speech. Unless the company you represent is paying you to represent them, they should have zero say in how you conduct yourself or your channel. I agree to some extent, and I also understand where they're coming from when it comes to like you represent the company you work for. I got a killer backing video. I'm so eager to show you guys where I like. It was just epic, man. Like it had those stoppers on the sides again, and I went around another truck. She had was doing this. I don't think I got. I'm not trying to put anybody in their place because I was at that point in one stage of my career too, where I just could not get it right. I just couldn't get it in there. This time I backed around that truck. I couldn't even hardly see where those medians were at. I just gauged it based off the lines that the road was showing, and I was able to get it in first try. Like I've been telling people, I feel so confident in my backing that I will choose an open spot like this. You see how there's a trailer next to me here, if you guys can even see it, and then there's empty spots all around me. I will purposefully blindside into here so that I can get a better feel for blindsides, because there's a lot of truck stops where you only have the option to blindside into a parking spot, TAs especially, because the roads are one way, right? And they're all facing catty corner. They're all diagonal like this. So you have to offset into those. You're going to be getting out and looking a lot, but it's possible. Okay, TDB, I enjoy your channel. That being said, you're fighting an uphill battle. One thing my dad taught me is I may be in the right, but management will always stick together. Oh yeah, I already know that, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, eventually I'm gonna come to a point where I'm gonna realize either I'm just not gonna make it here and I'm gonna have to move on, or I'm gonna have to find a median with my channel. I've got my experience now, so there are a lot of other doors that have opened to me. I get countless pulse messages and all these messages saying, come drive for us, we'll pay off your student loan for Stevens. And there's possibilities out there. I'm not gonna die if I don't work for Prime anymore. So I mean, I'm not really worried about that. Really, it's a matter of just what it's not even about the cursing or the things that I can or can't say on my channel while I work for Prime. It's now like just how I feel as a driver working for them. I just feel like an ass in the seat at this point. I just feel like a truck number. And I know they have so many drivers waiting, possibly. I haven't been, well, I was at Terminal last week, but I just saw how many people were in training. People are itching to get into a truck and start driving on their own. So that would be nothing for a company as large as Prime to just cut ties with me, no problem, and just fill my truck, which is a great truck, by the way. It's a very good truck. I got 11.5. I think I mentioned that in my video. And right now I've got a 25,000 pound load, hit a bunch of hills, and I'm still at like a 9.6. Oh no, I'm at a 10.5 right now. Start driving 60 miles an hour, man. It really makes a difference. You're gonna piss a lot of people off, but when you just see the money going into your pocket, my cents per mile for driving, or my cost per mile, is at 9 cents right now. That is great. Yeah, I'm still paying Stevens too, Victor. That's just an inevitability, man. Like that's just, it's just gonna happen. I'm still eligible to train. Victor asked if I'm eligible to train, or can I still train? Yes, I am eligible to train, but now I'm on an additional 90-day holding period to see if I cause any more stir up with my YouTube channel again. So it's basically like the foot's here, and I did that video that I've since taken down, and they pushed it down a little further, so it's a little hard to breathe. It's like trying to run a marathon with a coffee straw as a breathing mechanism, you know what I mean? So I'm feeling kind of suffocated at this point, where it's like I am becoming unhappy, incredibly unhappy. Like, and that was what my drive was that caused me to be able to make as much money. Yeah, essentially, Joe, that's exactly what it is. I'm on a probationary period again. I can't believe Stevens is charging you 7,000. Mine was 3,500. Oh, if you leave, Joshua, it'll go up. It'll go up, and then you're gonna get a second hit for your credit because of the hotel room and the T-checks and all that crap. It's all gonna add up. That's another $2,000 right there. And I still owe Stevens. I've been paying them. I still owe them $5,500 for my student loan. It's $3,500 if you pay and you continue working for them. The moment you leave, Stevens doesn't pay that half anymore, and you get stuck with the whole bill. So that's where they get you. It's in the contract. You got to read it. But yeah, if you didn't read it and you leave like I did, or a bunch of other people have, you'll find out. Oh, of course, Morrison, you can. Yeah, of course. He asked if he could request me when I become a trainer. Yes, for sure. What did I stir up? Man, you know, I'm always stirring up crap. I'm the renegade outlaw, TDB out here. Always trying to stir up crap. Yeah, they got me, I guess, because maybe they're like, oh, we're going to teach TDB to talk smack about us on YouTube. I left a month after going solo. It may have been a little more, but not 7,000. Yeah, that's ultimately what. Well, I worked for them from December. When I started collecting checks from them, that's when the payments started coming out. I think after I got my first truck in training, after training, that's when they started deducting it, the money. So I'd say from late January to when I quit, they were taking 25 out of my check and they were paying 26. Yeah, so either way, it's no big deal. I mean, I'm gonna pay it off along with all my other debt eventually. It'll get paid. But I don't know, the fact that how Eric had stated the self-governing aspect of it was like a nonchalant way of saying that I'm incapable of governing myself. And that pissed me off. It did. It really did. I'm still pissed about it, but I'm trying to stay calm. Because it's not a matter of me governing myself, you know. It's just I didn't feel the need to have to do that. I'm not known for being a person of self-governing when it comes to my YouTube channel. When it comes to presenting myself professionally while I'm on the job, when I'm on YouTube, I'm off duty. I'm not working. I'm on home time in my home that I live in, you know, at minimum 280 days out of the year, you know? So that's my free time I'm spending to make this content. And I have expected nobody to ever even watch my channel, let alone become the center of attention when it comes to this whole thing here. The middle of all the controversy, and it's just got me realizing a bunch of stuff about Prime that I didn't realize before. I try to, but I'm more realistic. Like, people seem to think their version of professionalism is different than mine, you know, like as far as my work ethic. If I could keep the GoPro on me all day, you guys would see how I present myself professionally while I'm on the job. You guys probably wouldn't even recognize me, to be honest. Is that to say that I need to do that? Off-duty remarks, recording video. Make the move to Landstar. That was an eventuality, yeah. I mean, when I buy a truck, that's ultimately what I want to do. But hold on, I gotta do something here. Ah. I'm trying to find my Astros hat. Damn it. can't find it. I thought I knew where it was. Alright, well, I couldn't find it. Yeah, see, Richie Rich knows what's up, man. It is a nice way to decompress. And not only that, but it's like, if you present, let's say for instance, let's use this as an example, okay? In this regard, Stevens is better than Prime. What's he gonna say, man? Hurry, get your cameras ready, we're gonna record. When I had a problem at Stevens and I voiced it on YouTube, instead of telling me to shut up and do my job, they tried to change things to make it easier for drivers. That's all I'm trying to do. Really, I mean, that's what I'm saying, I got spoiled at Stevens in that regard. That's one great thing about Stevens Transport, is that when I did my YouTube journey with them, marketing called me after my second video, and I talk about it on my third video that I've ever posted to my channel. I talk about Stevens Marketing calling me to do an interview with me about my YouTube journey and why I'm doing it and everything. They never released it, of course. Right after they started to send it in for processing, the person that did my interview left Stevens and went to pursue other career options. So what, they're watching me they're watching me in dispatch at Prime? I want to be a good person, and just because I curse doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. Like, people curse. I talked to another Prime driver. This was months ago, okay? I say months ago. Today marks my 3-month anniversary with Prime. Yay, and it's my birthday in, I don't know, 12 days. Like, it matters. Once you get past 25, you got nothing else to look forward to as a man. I get lower insurance on my cars when I'm 25 years old. Looking at the live vid. Hi! Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Man, I am just a hot topic there. Like, wow, man. I don't understand it. I mean, I guess I do, you know, in a way. I understand it. I mean, I'm not going to say any names or anything, but I was told, just get off YouTube. I was like, what? No, I'm not doing that. But that's let me get back on the Stevens thing here. When I voiced a concern that had to do with Stevens Transport, they really did do their best to try to change that, whatever it is that I complained about. And not that, and I don't want to say that everything was positive, right? I mean, there might still be some stuff that's jacked up over there. I don't know, I haven't worked for them in a while. So here though, it's like, if I haven't voiced my concern, it's like, instead of, you ask about it and you want people to change things, they don't, and it's like, what do you do then? You're just stuck. You're just one person against a company that just refuses to. Yeah, of course, Prime has great amenities. Everything is great there. Oh yeah, you just throw all your trash on the ground, man. That's great. Yeah, I love that. Yep, just sweep it all out there on the ground. Yeah, all your trash. Yep. All right, man. Have a good sleep. I'm infamous, man. Victor, I'm not famous. Babe, why are you putting all my business out there? I'm not famous, man. I am infamous. Now I got other Prime drivers coming after me. Not that it bothers me. It's not like I can't handle myself out here. I am getting old. I can still perform though. I'm still getting up at midnight to get loads where I need to get them. I'm getting 5 hours of sleep and getting loads across the country. You're 26. You're getting in this you're getting in the business at a good age, man. You got plenty of time, man. Especially if you're working for Prime, you're gonna make some money, dude. If you go lease, you're gonna make some money. Just bring that Stevens hustle, dude, and you're gonna be just. I appreciate that, Exodus, man. I appreciate it. Birthday wishes. I'm not 34 yet, man, okay? Play nice till Landstar. You have YouTube personality that could be a 100K plus trucking channel long term, fam. Yeah, I know, man, but that's the thing. I'm not out here trying to build this channel as some YouTube star. Like, it literally started to try to help people. And then it turned into like a documenting my journey, but still using it as a way to like pass on information to other people. If there are concerns or anything like that, I definitely want to pass those along. These are some things that you're gonna have to deal with. This fake facade of all the beautiful things that is truck driving, they're trying to be put out on the table, and it's not gonna be like that. No matter where you go, you're gonna hate your job eventually, right? That's usually the case. I have not felt that, and I've almost been doing trucking for a year. The only thing I hate is being away from my family. Prime gave me the opportunity to come out here and do what I now enjoy doing and make decent money doing it. Really decent money. Like, I'll say more than I made when I was working at an IT career that I had been basically in for 15 years prior to me doing truck driving. I have made more fresh in this industry than I have ever made in the IT field. Yeah, good. I'm glad you're leased, man. A lot better, man. I'm almost 43, getting into the business, but I'm stoked and haven't watched all YouTube videos, get as much info. I can only pass along what I personally experienced. I can only give tips on what I've experienced, but I just want to be happy while I'm doing this, man. And like, this is, like Trucker Richie Rich said, it is a form of decompressing. It does help. It keeps your mind clear. And like, even if I was just posting like a lot of these other YouTubers out there that get like 5 or 6 views a video, they're still doing it. Why? Because it is a form of stress relief. You're alone on this truck. All right, you are driving this truck by yourself all the time. I will say I've talked to a lot of people today, but normally my day-to-day is whatever's on next on the autoplay on YouTube, I listen to over the radio on the truck. So I mean, it is lonely out here. You go to sleep every night in a truck stop. You just want to get out so you can go use the restroom, and you got to deal with the smells. I'll leave it at that. There's so many variety of smells. I'd imagine like if they were pleasant, it would be like being in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, but it's not chocolate. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, there's just so much going on, and you guys usually just see the happy side of truckers on YouTube. Like, I'm just trying to give it out there as real as I can. And I know with my mentality and the argumentative nature that I have, that I'm gonna bring a lot of haters to my channel, and they're gonna be out to get me. And everybody has a voice now. Everybody wants to complain. Everybody, I'll tell you one thing, if I don't make it at Prime, I'm not sharing my next company with you guys. Like, it's not to protect the company I'm working for or any of that shit. It's really just to protect myself, because this is ridiculous that I have to walk on eggshells to continue trying to be myself on a channel that I feel is very personal and a way for me to decompress, I guess you can say. Stand out a lot. I appreciate it. Truck and trade. I appreciate it. The smells are not pleasant a lot of the time. I will say, when I stop at Love's, it's generally like much better, except for the guy next to me here that's just dumping his trash all on the ground when there is literally a trash can right behind his truck. But that's the kind of people that you deal with out here, and that's what trucking is. Trucking is that. And the only way that we can make it better is if we talk about it and pass that awareness on. It's not always going to be rainbow farts and unicorn poo. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a dangerous job. Where are you at, haters? Oh, they'll be here. They're on the replay gang, man. If they haven't already started disliking the video. Yeah, there's one dislike already, I'm sure. There's at least 2 or 3 people I know for sure that will come to my channel just to dislike my video, but they don't realize that any interaction with the video helps the algorithm. So they're actually helping me. So I mean, whatever. To each their own. If you want, I tell you at the end of my videos, love it, hate it, rate it. If you don't like it, dislike it. If you don't like me, dislike it. I don't. Whatever. I'm still. It's not gonna stop. Like, oh my God, I got 1 dislike or 2 dislikes. People don't like me. I should stop talking on YouTube. I don't know what to do. I just want people to love me. I'm not gonna do that, dude. That's not who I am. Wait, hold on. Okay, good. I've had my pee jug thing hanging here. I'm just glad that it hasn't been in the shot the whole time. Oh, God. Was at a rest area and trucker left a baby diaper in the parking spot. Trash can was 10 feet away. Bro. I mean, it's not just truck drivers though, man. It's just people in general. You know what I mean? People are dirty. They're dirty. There's some dirty people. They just don't want to. They don't want to push their cart back to the cart stall. You know, they don't even want to, like, the guy. They see the guy coming to collect the carts and they just leaving it behind somebody else's car or in front of somebody's car. When the cart, they literally have put cart stalls like at least 20 feet apart from each other, so it's, you have a cart stall you can take it to. But now I'm just gonna get my groceries and leave this cart here. What's up, Casey? How you doing? I know. I want to keep venting. He says keep being yourself and vent, man. It's good for you. I like venting, like venting to myself. It helps when I want to get like the right words out, because when I'm hyped and I'm mad, I tend to say shit out of context and in a hateful way, and I really don't like doing that because I'm no better than the person that pissed me off. You know what I mean? So I try to stay as cool and calm and collected as I can. Believe it or not, the video that I just released before I did this live stream was the nice version of the video I posted the day before, like when I first heard that I was not going to be able to do training class. It was definitely something that I had to just put out, rewatch it, watch myself and how I reacted, and really just kind of try to bring it down a little bit. I literally did not post that video, and I didn't want to post anything until I got to my 01 to pick the load up. So it was very much a dumbed down version of the more hateful, hurtful things I was saying in that latest video. Look, I'm trying to keep myself calm, and I keep thinking about Eric's video and I keep getting more and more pissed off. My watch thought I was working out. Said great workout. 13 minutes and 11 seconds my heart has been at an accelerated rate. See, it's just, oh, I'm gonna keep being myself. He said just be yourself. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to be, as much as I can be, within, you know, a certain line, you know, the line that I'm having to draw myself, because I don't know what line management wants versus what I think is okay and they think is okay, you know. So I'm trying to bridge that gap myself because I'm not getting any help doing it. That's the only issue here. So what, obviously the things that I posted on my channel I feel like is okay to talk about because I haven't had any pushback on it. So I don't feel like there's an issue with the way that I present myself here. Others tend to think otherwise. So I'm trying to meet them in the middle, but it's difficult because they want me to just conform with no help. They just want to give me a blanket gray statement to follow by, and their interpretation of this gray statement is different from my interpretation of this statement, and I'm literally just trying to put the dots in such a way that I can connect them on my own. Why do people not say good morning or proper greetings of the day? They are people just close to themselves, or I don't know, man. Times have changed. They have. I've held the door open for a couple of people at these truck stops and nobody says thanks. They just walk on in, don't nod, nothing. And it's like, I just want to grab them by their shirt and yank them back out and be like, you go back out here and I'm going to leave. And then you're more than welcome to open that door on your own. But I don't do that. I think about it, but I don't do it. I think about a lot of stuff that I don't actually act on, but the things that I do post here, I feel like it's always been okay. I never thought that there was an issue with how I presented myself here. So, you know, you start getting more eyes on the subject. I get a couple complaints. I say a couple. I believe it was one person calling multiple times, acting as somebody else. Or they had like a crew of people that they would have all call. It's like, wait, is it not suspicious that you get so many calls in one day about one person on YouTube? You know, and instead of... That's true. I appreciate it, Casey. It's more or less like, instead of trying to meet me halfway, it's just conform and shut up. Do your job. Stop talking. Be silent. Do what you're told. And I don't like that. I don't like having feet right here on my throat telling me what I can and can't do. Especially when I've been told and buttered up all this way to become a lease operator because I am my own boss. And now I'm being told what I can and can't do. It's very conflicting information, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to find a middle ground. I'm trying to be true to myself and be less of myself at the same time. And it's a very difficult mental maneuver I'm trying to produce. It's a new avenue for me for sure. So, but yeah. I mean, if Eric wants to talk to me about these policies and procedures things, I'll talk to him about it. But if we're gonna do battle over the airwaves, because be honest, who else is talking about policies and procedures? I wonder if they're in here. Nope, they're not. I guess it's just me. I'll talk about it though. We're fine without them. We've been fine without them. Self-governing. Blah, blah, blah. He doesn't know. Like, the people that have already been fired don't have a voice anymore. Or they might not have even had a voice to express their discontent with, or they felt that it was unjust. Or anything. Because nothing like this is in place. I feel like if it wasn't for my YouTube channel, I would have already been canned. To be honest. I would have already been disqualified. So, in a way, it's like that movie, Thank You for Smoking. If he hadn't ever smoked in his life, those guys coming up and slapping all those nicotine patches on him would have killed him. But he smoked, so it saved his life. It's weird, right? It's just, it's a very in the right place at the right time or in the wrong place at the wrong time. It just depends on if you're pessimistic or optimistic. You know what I mean? It's either way, it's the same outcome. It's just you think about it a little differently than somebody else does. Wow. 40 people. I've been in a concurrent 40 people for a minute. Like, I know it's fluctuating and stuff, but every time I look at it, it's about 40 people. I'm at the point now where I'm starting to become unhappy. And I feel like that is going to affect my ability to continue making the money that I'm making. Because, like I said, I was driven when I first started. You remember, like, when I first got here, how hype I was and how praised, and I went into the store, and before I even started running the truck and making money, I was buying Prime merch and I was wearing it in my videos and I was preaching, come get this Kool-Aid, bro. It's great. And it only because my fleet manager was on vacation that I didn't get that first call, you know. So then I'm like, oh, all right, well, the cursing, you know, I could dial that back a little bit. I tried to do my own thing, and I was like, I put disclaimer out there. That wasn't good enough. You know, it's like, I'm not just going to stop doing something. I'm going to try to find ways around it. I'm going to try to make my own roads and follow them, because there aren't any roads here to follow. I got thrown into the wolves when I got here. I didn't even know that they put a lock on the trailer. My second vlog, which has been taken down, there was a red lock on my trailer. I didn't know that that was a lock that came from the it came when you check in right? You go in, you check in when you get to Missouri. They put a lock on your trailer, or any of the terminals. They'll put a lock on your trailer because you're gonna take your lock off if you're dropping it, right? So it's just like, so nobody messes with the freight. I thought somebody left their lock on the trailer. I didn't really know how to use the macros. You know, I didn't have to. There was a lot of stuff that wasn't covered, and I covered all that. And it's just a way to show Prime in a way, and also to let you guys know that these are things that you have to keep in mind. Like, you're blasting through a company's worth of their actual policies and procedures when it comes to running the truck, and then you are expected to learn all that in 3 days in between classes of learning other things. And you got to cram, and like, are you honestly like expecting to retain all that when you get on the truck? Because that's your goal. You're there in orientation. You want to blast through it and get in your truck so you start making money. So a lot of stuff's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna come out. But luckily, I've still got the paperwork on the truck. But it's like, if I could just ask the question and somebody knows off the top of their head, it'd be a lot faster than me siphoning through all these papers when I already have limited amount of time between loads to get as much rest, laundry, shower, clothing, you know, like all that. I have to take care of all that on a 10-hour break, because most of the time I like to keep rolling. I haven't taken a 34 since I've been out here unless I stopped at a terminal. So like, I'm constantly rolling. There isn't a lot of time for a lot of stuff. Do you guys notice that? I made a video about how I wasn't able to shower because of a series of unfortunate events. And sometimes that'll happen. A lot of people took that and they're like, oh yeah, see, yeah, your trainers out here being nasty and not showering. It's like, no, did you not listen to the story? It's not that I refuse to go shower. Any chance that I get to shower and I feel like I need one, I'm gonna do it. But when it comes down to the wire and I'm like borderline not gonna make this load because I sat for 10 hours at it. Speaking of which, I need to check my settlement and see if I got detention for that 10-hour day I waited at that shipper. I just got unlucky. And sometimes that's gonna happen. It's not that I'm a dirty person, you know, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to explain that to 50 people that didn't watch my video. They don't deserve my time. If they're not gonna watch the video and they're gonna speak their mind on it, I'm not gonna waste my time trying to explain it to them. And I've learned that over the course of my time. Like, everybody has haters come to their channel. Whether they choose to engage with them or not is up to them. But I've learned that it's just a waste of my time. I'm the only one that moves my truck. I don't have time to... Definitely now, you guys have noticed I've slowed down on replying to the comments. I try to like all the ones that I've seen that I like. But I don't respond to every single person because it's just overwhelming now. There's just so many people that comment, and it's like, I want y'all to know I saw it, so I'll slap a like on it, or I'll heart it if I really, really liked it. So if I haven't hearted any of your comments, don't take offense. It's just, sometimes, you know, I'll stop. I'll be taking a 30 or something, and I'll just blast through and I'll look and I'll read it and I'll like it. And then, like, the ones that I need to stop replying to are the ones that get under my skin. They always get like a rise out of me, and I always got to say something. Like, I watched Eric's video and I commented on 2 people's videos. There was one guy on there that was like, he was directly referencing me, and I made a comment. I was like, well, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, bro. And somebody else made this like condescending remark, calling people children for not thinking the way that they did. And I commented, I was like, I was like, well, and for instance, what's right to you versus what's right to me? It could be 2 different things. They both might be right. Both of them might be right. But the way that you would basically condescending, hateful comment would definitely cause tension. It's like you're just trying to get a rise out of people and using big words to make it like fly over a lot of people's heads. We're just simple truckers out here. You got to use English, you know? Very simple English. If the wheel ain't turning, you ain't earning. You got that right. And yeah, I mean, you will sometimes run into a situation where you're not going to be able to shower, or you're going to have to really use the bathroom and you can't just readily pull over. There are things that are going to happen out here that you're not going to have any control over. And if I'm not allowed to talk about that stuff, fine. But I felt like it was okay to talk about that kind of stuff because it'll help you prepare for the potential of that happening and what you could buy to prepare yourself in the event that that happens. And some people might find it uncomfortable to talk about subjects like that. But, you know, if it helped even one person that was too embarrassed to ask about it, then it's worth it for me. And that's how I go about posting stuff to my channel all the time. Like, I like to think I'm a good person, but I'm just being targeted and like looked at as this hateful, angry person, and I'm not. I'm from Houston too. I'm about to finish my 3 months with Stevens, and I'm trying to apply at Cisco Foods. I have a couple buddies that work there actually that came from Stevens too, so you wouldn't be the first, man. Okay, yeah, that's a little further north than I am, but yeah, I know where that's at. We all just need to let Bent touch the stove. I learned my lesson, man. Touching the stove. But that story really just ties into what I am all about. Learn and continue on. If you just follow what other people say for the rest of your life, you're not even experiencing life. You gotta live in your own. Stop reading these stupid ass articles on Facebook or trucking websites or whatever. Like, find your own path. Live your own path. I made the jump to come to Prime. Yeah, I took a lot of people's ideas and thoughts into consideration, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. This is a great company. Like, pay is amazing. It's just that this is the only thing that is a problem. It's just our conflicting ideas on this. You know? And it sucks. But what can I do, right? I mean, I just gotta keep trucking. And try to pull it back and sway it out and tread water, you know. What can you do, man? What's up? Oh, what's up, Mike? You're late, dude. I'm just kidding. Oh, you can still kind of see the screen, huh? Oh, man. Trying to stay happy, though. If I don't get my raise for becoming a supervisor when the new year comes, I may get back out there on the road. Well, I wish you luck, man. I hope you get your raise. Trucking's not a bad gig. I mean, I love it. I didn't know that I would actually like it as much as I do. I want to understand why I'm like, all of a sudden I'm the center of attention. Yeah, I'm going home for home time, man. Well, I'm not going to be able to train, so that was the whole reason why I was staying out. I didn't want to go home and then have to wait another 2 weeks to train. So I drove right through Houston twice to get this 2 loads ago, dropped in Georgia, and then I asked to get sent back home so I could take some home time. So I've been out for over a month. My babies are so big now, I can't even believe it. They're huge. Their hair's so long. They're so beautiful, and I have to watch them grow up through a screen. But now I'm dealing with this shit. And I want to stay motivated. Like, I want to keep the drive I had when I first started. And I'm losing it because of this shit. And I want to make, I feel like it's worth it, the money that I'm making out here, sending it back home. You know, I haven't spent more than a month and a half in a house that I paid on. I moved when I came to Prime. I moved into that house shortly before I came to Prime. And I haven't spent more than a month in that house. A little over a month maybe in that house. Because I've been out here. And what's driving me is that I want to be able to provide. I want to be happy being able to provide so my family can live that life. I'll make the sacrifice and come out here and make the money. Charting the unknown. Well, to me. it's obviously known to Garmin and Rand McNally. But well, that I don't know if it's necessarily hating me. It's just they don't agree with what I want to do, and they want me to just shut up and truck. And I'm trying to find out what the actual... There are policies and procedures in place, evidently. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting scolded. They're just not public information. And a lot of people have learned the hard way what they are, and they don't have a platform to express themselves on. But they never had a following or anything like that. So they're just out there. Like, what's one major person that you can think of that has had beef with Prime that's got a lot of subs? Okay, I just watched his video. Trucker Brown, I believe his name is. He made a video a couple months ago, a live stream. It's about 2 hours long, and he went through some shit. And I don't know. I wasn't around when I started after him, so I didn't realize he was having issues. And there aren't a lot of videos of people out there discussing some of the things they dislike about Prime unless they don't work for Prime anymore. So you're getting a lot of information that is old. There's some things that they might have already changed, you know, they were able to change, and it cost that person their job. You know what I mean? So you may never even know. There's a lot of people out there that possibly have channels that talk about that kind of stuff, and you will never see that content because either they don't know how to do YouTube, or they don't know how to put tags in their channel or something. You know, it just could be you just missed it, or they look boring and you don't want to watch it. You know what I mean? It's not just about that, Josh. He said that they should have policies and procedures, basically. People like Eric would think otherwise, that they've been doing fine without them for years. But in reality, they've always been there. They're just not on paper, and they do it on a case-by-case basis. I just wanted a definitive line that I couldn't cross regarding my channel. That's all I want. And some people out there will say, well, if you need someone else to tell you what's right. No, it's not what's right. I need someone to tell me how they want it done. Because obviously, it's do or die. You could be disqualified if you don't follow these unwritten rules. And I don't find that to be very fair. So if there are unwritten rules, I feel like we should know about them. If they're already there, and now I'm just a target of this scrutiny and things, and I'm trying to find out on my own what they are by testing the waters in different avenues. And it's like, it's just more check marks on their list next to my name. So when I give someone higher up my truck number, I immediately am condescended on and talked over and told to not be on YouTube. And that, I don't do that shit. No. It's not do or die for me with Prime. There are other companies out there that I could work for that are begging me to come work for them now. I like it at Prime. And I just want to understand. I don't want to be talked down like I'm some kind of damn child. Alright? I've done this for almost a year now. I had a channel before this that had more subs than this did. And I'm not proud of it because I was all over the place. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. But I had a lot of subs there too. And my account got hacked and I just deleted that channel. I wish I still had it because I had some gems on there. You know, whenever Shia LaBeouf did the do it! Just do it! You know, that I had one where I was very proud of that. I wish I would have saved my channel for that reason alone, but I didn't. Oh, hey, who's here? What's up, Eric? It's not about leaving because I'm not getting my way. Let's get that point across, all right? I'm not throwing a fit. I feel just like an ass in the seat. I don't feel like a person. conform or lose your job. And like I've always said, man, I'm on my ship and we're going down, dude. Did that work? If it comes to that, that's what it's gonna be. I wanna meet in the middle somewhere. All right. I'm still on my A game, dude. It's just now I'm cutting into territory you think is exclusive to, like, there are policies and procedures in place, bro. You just don't know about it because you haven't tested the waters like I have. You have a specific calling for your channel and what you want to do with yours. I have what I'm known for and what I want to continue doing with my channel. There's no problems with that. And those policies and procedures are in place. They're just not public. Let's see, just keep being you, bro. Things that happen for a reason. Prime may not be right for you, but it's not where you're supposed to be. They just didn't like that you didn't drink the Kool-Aid. Every corporation has Kool-Aid for their employees. Did drinking. If you don't drink it, you're out. It's possible. It's possible. It's obvious. I mean, it's any company, really. Everybody's got some Kool-Aid. I like the Kool-Aid here at Prime. Don't get me wrong, man. They told me Kool-Aid, and I was like, you want some Kool-Aid too? Come get this Kool-Aid. Now, look at the first 2 weeks of my channel when I started at Prime, man. I was all about the juice. Come get it, bro. It's just, we got kegs of it. I'll tap it, you pump. Kool-Aid keg stand, bro. Let's do it. And then this started happening. I started to feel a little disconnect. And I was like, oh man, all right, cool. All right, let me pull it back some. And I tried to test the waters by, covering the language a little bit, putting a disclaimer out there. That wasn't good enough. I was like, all right, cool, that didn't work. Swing and a miss, right? I tried, swing and a miss. I can say I tried. I'm not just gonna live there and be like, super salad. Soup, salad! No, I'll never know what the salad tastes like. That's possible, but what I understand is that it's not even so much my fleet manager. Let me say that now, okay? The last video that I had posted out was really directing everything I had and all the disgruntledness that I share as a driver towards my fleet manager, when it's not his fault. It is not my fleet manager's fault what I'm going through right now. It is upper management trickling down to us lowly drivers out here. Well, just me as a driver, not every driver, but me and all the drivers that have lost their jobs before me. It's their rendition, and I feel like whoever I called yesterday was the one that set that precedent for me. And he's probably watching this right now. So I hope he likes this rain effect that I'm doing, because it's very tiring. But he didn't really have anything constructive to tell me other than do what we say. Get off YouTube. Very making me feel like part of the Prime family here. It's like nobody's willing to meet me in the middle. There are policies and procedures in place, they're just not public. So for him to tell me that, and the way that he was condescending to me, I'm just another dumbass driver out on the road. That's what I feel like. And it's like, and I understand where my fleet manager's coming from, because it's his job to relay what they tell him to me. He's the middleman. So he's got to have the same oomph that they do when he tells me what's going on. And given that he's my point of contact to the outside world of Prime, that I have to call in to get anybody else to talk to me, that is, I can't drive. Don't drive and read the comments, bro. What are you doing? That's not safe. Don't do that. Dude, keep this in mind, all right, bro? There is going to be a replay, and the chat is according to the replay. So you could just, when you stop, read them then. All right? You don't have to respond to nobody or put your 2 cents in. You need to stay safe and drive. Anybody driving right now, don't worry about the damn comments, okay? That's, please. Later, Eric. You're not supposed to drink it all one time in small doses. Small doses. Oh, yeah. Well, when I first got here, I was trying to pass it. I took a couple sips and I was like, it's pretty good. It's good stuff. Who else wants some? Here's my driver code, bro. Just throwing it out there. Come on. I'm still making good money, don't get me wrong. And that is because my fleet manager is good at their job. But when he is presented with issues, and I'm not the only problem child at Prime, I guarantee you that. I'm just the one in the spotlight right now because I have a platform. And I don't hold my tongue when I talk about stuff. And that's a problem because Prime wants to be the end all be all. But everybody has issues. But they don't want me to talk about them. Yeah, talk about it's good all day long. But the moment that I have a disgruntled issue, or I'm treated like less of a human being, and I talk about it, that's a no-no. You can't be having that. Well, then don't do it. Don't be that company. Sure, we got great amenities. Everything is great, right? You go to the terminal, nice terminal. I played basketball for like an hour and a half in Salt Lake, right? Workout rooms, showers, free lodging. You can sleep there. They have theater at Missouri, massage. I think they even have a massage parlor at Utah. Food court. Everything's done on your card. You know, you can charge everything to your truck. It's great. The amenities are awesome. But I just, after being talked to the way that I do, I'm starting to see it in a different light. When I first got there, I felt so welcome and everything. And then as soon as I was done in orientation, it's like, go! No, I was so clueless when I first got in the truck that I didn't even know what the macros were. I didn't have time to study the macros. So I was learning as I went. It didn't take me long, but it's just that after I was talked to the way that I was, I started to think back on my first day, and I really thought about how much they let you do on your own. And it's not because of the lack of training or anything like that. I just feel like it's like, you're an adult. Go for it. I was like, cool, that's good. I like that. Oh, yep, this is the guy that dropped his trailer right next to me. I hope he got what he wanted at Walmart, man. I hope he picked me up something too. No! I'm out. Prime seems to be an amazing company. Your channel is Jim. Hopefully, but Prime is great. Don't get me wrong. It's just right now, and it seems like right for the foreseeable future, we're not jiving. You get what I'm saying? I hope it works out too, because I love it here. Don't get me wrong. I love the money. I love the loads. I love the routes. I'm kicking ass in fuel mileage now. I just started getting this really good fuel mileage. I'm literally at like 9 cents per cost per mile, which is great. That's like 6 cents less than what they want you to be at on average. I think it's 15 cents cost per mile is where they want you to be. And I'm at 9 right now. And that's awesome. I love that. So, I really want it to work out. But I don't want to be a fake person here. Then just stop YouTube. I don't want to do that either. Like, I don't want to be told what I can and can't do, because that's like the surefire way to get me to do exactly what you don't want me to do. So I feel like whatever they're trying to do backfired on them right now. You know, like they're just like, you could be disqualified, and that was supposed to scare me into stopping, and it didn't. And now I feel like they're inching more towards that because I'm not doing what they're telling me to do. I'm doing it in a way that I'm seeing what I can get away with, because there is policies and procedures in place, but I think it just is dictated on whoever is in charge at the time. It's whatever their values are, whatever they deem okay and not okay. And I feel like that should be a conversation me and that person should have, because they'd be able to give me a more definitive thing. It's going to be like a case-by-case basis. If I release a video and they don't like it, they're going to call me and tell me, no, that's not okay. I mean, essentially that's what's happening, but it's my fleet manager that's the middleman. This person that's in management may not have time to talk to me, but I feel like if it's at the point that it's at right now, should they not address me themselves? I would love to talk to them, if I haven't already. Because if I have already talked to them, I know I'm not getting anywhere in that fight. Anywhere at all. If you don't have a YouTube presence, or you do have a YouTube presence and you're not like me, you'll do great here. Prime is a great company. They pay you what you deserve to make. They have the freight. You're going to be working as hard as you want to, man. As hard as you want to work, they will keep throwing loads at you until you tell you, please set my PTA into 6 in the morning tomorrow. God, I need sleep. And they'll do it. Hey, man, I want to get home by this time. Sometimes they'll get you early, sometimes they'll get you late. Just depends on what's coming out of the state and city you're in. It's a great starter company. It's a good middle company. It's a good career-ending company. Not in a bad way. I'm saying, like, you want to retire, you could do it through Prime. They have that capability. They are a great company. It's just in this regard, with me in particular, we're butting heads. And that's the only issue that I have, really. They do have policies in place, though. They're just not public. I'm learning at them one at a time, and it's just giving me more check marks. How many am I going to get before I can relay that information to you guys on what not to do before I get canned? You know? What's up, Junior? How are you? We got another major Prime star in here. The star child, Junior Honduras. I actually watched one of his videos on how to check the oil Thermo King APU, and it helped. And I'll say that's the only one that I actually watched from him. I just found that video, like, it was enjoyable, but like the lead up to it and stuff, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like his channel very much. Just like Busy Blake, I can't stand his channel either, and he's a popular YouTuber, but I just don't jive with that, you know? It's like, what's good? Get CGL. You know, I can't do that shit. It's just too much for me. But I get it. You know, hustle. Do your hustle, man. Do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't sleep yet. I still got 11 hours. I mean, I don't dislike him as a person. I just don't like his channel. That's it. You know, I just don't like his channel. It's just too much. Or a lot of these, even not even Prime drivers. I'm talking about. No, I can stand you. I said you helped me out with the APU thing, but it's like I just don't think that I would be able to watch your content because you guys are very straight arrow, and I'm like, God, I don't know, I can't do it, you know. I don't watch all of Eric and Jenna's videos either because when they talk over each other, it gets on my gets on my nerves. Like they're constantly talking over each other, and it's like, who do I listen to? So I just shut it off because I'll get frustrated. So that's just me, though, you know. Like, I like you. I like your channel. I have never met you in person. I'd like to. But as far as the channel thing, I mean, I'm sure you don't watch all my videos, right? I mean, it's okay. TJ, stop it! I'm doing a video. You're watching me, bro. Oh, I should have probably turned this down. Hold on. There we go. I can't blame him. I don't have a do not disturb on my phone for some reason. Junior, I love you, man. Believe that. Whether it's like this epic intro, right? It's this epic intro, freaking like, and this is their name, okay? And it stops all of a sudden, and they're sitting just like this, with their legs crossed, and they're like this, sitting about 20 feet from the camera, and they're like, "What's up, YouTube?" trucker blah blah insert name here. Just talk about how my day went. And it's like you can barely hear them, the sound quality's all off and stuff, and it's like, Lost some respect when he said he requires you to use him as a reference if you want him to be your trainer. Oh yeah, dude, he is a recruitment channel and he's not ashamed of it. And that's the thing. No, I'm not leaving Prime. I'm not, sorry. I don't know, that's not what I'm just saying this video is kind of came around to sounding like that. That's not what I meant, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is that me and Prime are just butting heads and I seem to be at the top of their list. From what I understand, somebody walked by dispatch and my video's up on the big screen right now. They're watching me. I am a hot topic at Prime right now. Probably looked at as more of a liability than an asset because I'm pushing buttons they don't like to get pushed. And I'm doing it, I guess you can consider it selfishly because there are policies and procedures in place. I'm just trying to find out what the hell they are. Because everything I posted so far, I felt okay to post. I have to edit those videos, so I have to take extra time on top of filming and doing all that to be able to put it out there on the airwaves. So I'm spending time on these videos, so if I don't feel like it's worthy of putting on YouTube, I won't film it. And obviously we don't click in that regard. Sorry, there's a bug outside my window I thought was in my truck. I don't know if they're still watching me. Are they really like not? They might have me up on the screen. They might not necessarily be watching me, but I know they're gonna see this. I am targeted right now. It feels like. I feel like there's a big target on my back. So anything I do is just meticulously documented. I'm not a bad person. I'm not. I don't like to think I am. Yeah, I curse a lot. I talk about subjects that might be uncomfortable for some people. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be able to talk about them. If you don't want to talk about it, just leave. That's how I see it. Right? Well, you're being a little gracious with the time frame there. I'm feeling like it's getting closer to less than a month, to be honest with you. Our ideas just don't meld well. I feel like I'm a great worker. I drive well. I do well out here on the truck. It's just that I'm pushing some buttons that they don't usually get pushed. And somebody with a platform, even though I only have 1,600 subs, it's still influential. I am a volatile, ticking time bomb for them. Because if they do let me go, what happens then? What's he gonna say then? I'm not gonna have any influence on Prime. I am one man, and I do love it here. I don't hate Prime. Even if I did get canned, I would still recommend people come here if you're just starting out. This is a great company to work for. Stevens, on the other hand, they're good. They have a good training program, but they as far as like more bang for your buck and using your time wisely, Prime is the way to go. Like if you're starting out and you don't have your CDL, you should come to Prime. It's a great company. They're a great company. You can do whatever you want, man. It's a public platform. You're more than welcome to do whatever you want to, man. Anybody that wants to, like right now, I'll tell you right now, you want to use my video for anything, go for it. Do a reaction video, give me your 2 cents. Be critical, I don't care. Eric did it. He didn't actually call me out on it, but everybody knows it's about me because I'm the only one out here talking about the policies and procedures. Oh, he's taking pictures of his truck. He's proud of his truck. That is a nice truck. I'd take a picture of it too. Here, I'll show you guys what his truck looks like. Ah! Bam! DeWalt. Toyota. That is a nice truck, man. That Pete though. You're a great driver. You get a lot done in the amount of time that you do. You make Prime a lot of money, and they know it. Possibly, but I don't normally get the attaboys. You know, I don't expect it. But it's nice to hear it every once in a while, you know, like, man, you killed it this week. Or, you know, just little words of encouragement through the Qualcomm every once in a while would go a long way for driver morale. You know, just little things like that I feel like would really help. Instead of just like every time my fleet manager calls, I'm like, oh my god, what did I do now? You know, like, and I hate that feeling. I don't want to feel like that. And it's like, well, then you shouldn't do what you're doing. No, it's not even that. It's like, I shouldn't have to not do what I'm doing. Like, we're just putting each other in these weird, awkward situations. And it's like, well, what do we do now? It's like, well, leave me alone. Let me do my thing. There are some things, yeah, for sure, I'll cut back on. I can cut back on the cursing. I've really dialed that back a lot. Coming across your videos made me want to come join Prime. You think they'd want that? Well, yeah, I mean, I get it. Certain aspects of it could be considered a liability issue. The video that I posted that shall not be named, that I had to take down, presented possible litigation problems, and it's just, I see where they're protecting themselves in that regard, but as far as like the cursing and things like that, not mentioning them, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, if I end up not making it through Prime, whether it be on my own volition or Prime's decision, I'm not going to mention the next company I work for, because I'll be protecting them and myself. Because it's obvious that if I speak my mind out here or on these types of public platforms, that it's gonna get... Who is that? Alright, man, take care. If it comes to haters, because it's obvious that I have them, and they don't like something that I say, they can simply call and complain. But they're just out looking for reasons to complain about me to get me in trouble. And that's where all this started, I feel like. I had that one guy on my channel, and he started making videos about me. I don't know what happened to him. I just blocked him altogether. It's just better to shut those kind of people out. There ain't no reason to get a rise out of me. I don't really want to get into no YouTube beef or anything like that. But if I need to defend myself, I will. The reason I want to come to Prime is your videos, man. Hey, well, hey, I'm glad that it's happening for some people. And I'll say I am getting referrals. I've already paid out referrals. Like, it's help. Victor's one of my referrals. I gave him $250 for the referral. Like, I am giving back to y'all that use me as a referral. Why not split that money? Yeah, of course I'm paying taxes on it. I just realized that. So Victor got lucky. He got the full $250, but I'm paying the taxes on that for in full. So it sucks what I'm going through, but I'm dealing with it, you know, to the point now where like it's affecting my mental state. And I'm not as happy as I was when I started. And that's going to affect how I run this truck and my business. And if it gets too bad, I'm not going to want to do it anymore. Not for Prime. So I'm trying. I really wish the sun would go down. That's hot as hell over here. That APU is not keeping up. Yeah, but it's not my fleet manager though. That's the thing. It's not my fleet manager. It's not going to matter what fleet manager I have, because management's watching me now, and it's management that's the problem, not my fleet manager. I am on the radar of the big wigs. It was the same at Stevens, but at least at Stevens, they encouraged me to continue doing what I was doing, because it was bringing people into Stevens. Yeah, it might be a little different than what people are used to, but you want critical thinkers working for you. You don't want yes men. But it seems like a company as large as Prime, that seems to be what they're after. They want people that will just shut up and drive. I'm one person that won't shut up and drive, but I have a platform, so I'm an issue. I'm a liability. When will that overtake my being great? If I wasn't a good driver, I'd probably already be gone. And if I wasn't afraid of setting my clock off because I'm out of time, I would show you all my back end skills live, but I can't because that's against the rules too, but I can't do that. I feel like that's what it is, though. Like, I'm always just grasping at straws here. I'm trying to find out what the answers are because nobody's fucking telling me. And I'm not one to just be like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it again. I saw a little Peter come out of me there. He said, how does Peter feel about this? I haven't brought Peter out in a while. That can be taken out of context in so many ways, and I really regret saying it live. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna put the hat on and all that, and no. But yeah, that was a little bit of Peter-esque there, with my little facial expression. My FM is just doing his job. He gets put in situations he doesn't want to deal with too, just like every other fleet manager. You know, like some drivers go off on people at work and free Peter. Oh God, that is horrible. If that becomes a hashtag for my channel, that's gonna be horrific because that can be just misconstrued in so many ways. But you know, fleet managers got to talk to their drivers about stuff that goes on that management wants them to talk about. You know, they got to keep their drivers in check to some regard. Like, there's no reason that you should go off on somebody there in the office for something out of their control and out of your control. Now, I will say that my fleet manager likes to express his opinions about what management says that he should tell me that I don't appreciate. That I think he should just keep to himself because it's his prerogative. He can feel that way, and if he feels like he wants to tell me about it, that's fine. But I'm also going to tell him that I don't care what he thinks, whether something I say is funny or, you know, because in the beginning that happened, and I was like, I told him I don't care, and it was a miscommunication there because he thought I didn't care about what he thought as my business partner, but it was really the fact that he told me that what I was doing wasn't funny, and I was like, well, I don't care if you don't find it funny, but I said, well, I don't care, and it was miscommunicated, and when he said that it wasn't funny, I felt that was stepping over the line. Now we're getting personal. We're not talking about what's going on at work. We're talking about how you feel about my channel personally, and then that's when I started feeling like it was coming from him, that he was telling me. So he obviously believes in what management's telling me to do, and that made me press the blame to him. So a lot of it is not him. There are some things that I wish he wouldn't do, like give me his opinion, personal opinion on how I conduct myself on my YouTube, and more or less just relay what management has to say. But if I'm doing my job and stuff, and I'm doing it safely, what's the problem? But, you know, I represent a company, and they want to keep the record and their nose clean. If that means getting rid of the liability, because they just won't come out and tell me what the hidden, unwritten book of policies and procedures are. If nobody's needed to be governed, I'm going to go back on Eric's video here. Who wouldn't like Peter? I don't know. I know a couple people that don't like him, actually. I talked to them on the phone. They're like, dude, just get rid of Peter. I was like, no, bro, people like Peter. I'm not going to get rid of him because you don't like him. If I did that, if I did what everybody else wanted me to do, I wouldn't even have a damn channel. I'm doing what I want here because it's my channel. I already forgot what the hell I was talking about. Boss. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. God, dude, I tried to take my glasses off because it's starting to hurt my nose, but it's so freaking bright outside. That Arby's was lit. I don't really like eating Arby's. It's just the same places over and over and over again. And it's like, I don't have the inverter to make food on my truck. I can't run my microwave without having the truck idling for more than 5 minutes. I can't run the air fryer without the truck idling. I can't run my George Foreman without the truck idling. It's like, I'm just discouraged from cooking food because not only do I have to waste more fuel to cook food, I might as well spend that money that I would spend in fuel going inside to something that's already cooked for me. Ugh. want to be happy again, man. I'm not happy. What's going to make you happy, TDB? A house overlooking the water. And a nice car. All of it paid off. Yeah. No, material things won't happen. I just want my wife and my kids to be happy. And I want to be happy too. Kids don't even know what's going on. They don't even know about the world yet. They don't know how to talk. Got me thinking, man, a lot. I've been thinking a lot. I miss home. And my happiness being out here has driven me to stay out here. When I start losing that happiness, I don't want to be out here as much. So what am I? I'm sacrificing my happiness now. I'm already dealing with the unhappiness of being away from home so much. Yeah, I'm making good money. But I was happy just a couple days ago. I was on top of the world. I'm so close to training. I'm like, it's not even about the money. Like, I genuinely wanted to do it because I knew that Prime is starving for trainers right now. So I was like real eager to get into it, help alleviate some of that stress, being that one person that's going to make a difference. One person that's waiting for a trainer right now would have a trainer. Their journey would be complete that much faster. I know what it was like waiting for a trainer at Stevens. It was hell. I just wanted to get my truck as soon as possible, but I had to wait. So it cut deep when they told me I couldn't train because of my YouTube channel. It sounds simple, but I get it. I get why they want me to wait another. I mean, I get why they barred me, right? But I don't get why a whole another 3 months of waiting. 90 days. Why not like 2 weeks? Why not talk to me about it? Obviously, what you're telling my fleet manager to tell me is not working to what your standards. Whoever's pulling the strings. If you're watching this, call me personally. Stop using my fleet manager to get to me. Call me directly and talk to me about it. It's not working. I'm sorry, I'm getting heated now. The cowardice behind this, hiding behind somebody else, is like the most coward thing you can do. Maybe he doesn't have time. He has time to tell my fleet manager to tell me what to do, but he doesn't have time to call me himself. Or she, he or she, I don't know. That's true. You don't burn that much fuel while you idle. I know that for a fact. I idled for 2 hours yesterday because it was so freaking hot in Georgia. I don't want to get into too much of the specifics, Justin, about why I can't train. It was a very controversial video that caused some eyebrows to raise about possible problems in the future based off of what other people have done in the past. I mean, I guess when you got almost 10,000 trucks on your fleet or in your company, you got a blanket statement everything, because there's no way to deal with everything on a case-by-case basis, because you got to think there's almost 10,000 trucks on the road. They all have drivers in them. They got a bunch of students also, and they're dealing with all these different issues at the same time, and now I'm just another thorn in their side. You know what I mean? But they're watching me extra close. What's up, Leah? Why don't you have... I have an inverter, but it can't... It's a 1500 watt inverter, and it won't keep up with a 900 watt microwave. Or if I run my microwave and I unplug everything else in my truck, I can run it for about a minute before it starts beeping at me, telling me I need to stop. Beep, 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 beep. If I run my air fryer, I got about 20 seconds max. And I gotta idle my truck and turn the RPMs up to 9 to keep up with the draw that requires the air fryer to heat up the coil to cook my food. But I've dealt with it, you know. I cooked chicken. I think I actually have a couple videos on my GoPro where I cooked on the truck, but I haven't pulled anything off my GoPro. haven't had really any time or effort. I just don't have the draw. You guys notice I've been putting out less and less videos because I'm just not motivated. I'm losing my motivation because of all this crap. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop completely. It just means I'm not doing it as frequently. I'm not as driven to keep going this route that I'm going, whether it be with Prime, with YouTube, being OTR. Like, I'm questioning a lot of shit right now just because of this. It's just getting me to think about the bottom line of things. There's always a method to my madness. I always have reasons behind the decisions that I make in my life. And it's never ever gonna be, I'm mad, so I'm just gonna stop. There's gotta be a solid reason behind a decision that I make before I make it. I always think about it 20 different ways and how it could be, what could happen. I always used to live my life also by living my life by preparing for the worst and expecting the best. Or expecting the worst, hoping for the best. And that's a bad way to go about living your life, because you go through life with this hateful attitude towards everything. And you're always angry and you're always mad because you're always expecting something to go wrong. Well, I stopped doing that shit. And look where it got me. I've been doing OTR for almost a year. DAPA. I like it, don't get me wrong, but like the drive, you know, when the drive I had at Stevens was, I'm gonna maximize my revenue. And then I realized that there was a glass ceiling that I couldn't get past. I could see up there, I just couldn't reach it because the pay wasn't there. So I came to Prime, and my God, was the pay there. And my God, am I still making that pay? I just cashed a $3,200 check for my last week of pay. I grossed $7,000 to the tribe. I got $700 put in my emergency fund. I got like $7,000 in my emergency fund right now. I think Lyle just posted a video where he's got like 9 in his, I think. So I'm $2,000 away from No Hippie Trucking's emergency fund as a solo driver, and this is my 3rd month. Today marks my 3-month mark. This is where I would be eligible to train. Look at that, see? Oh, that's my wife answering. I was like, look, my viewers know, but that's my wife. She already knows. What's up, Shane? What's up, Shane? I said it. Yeah, but I'm trying, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not doing anything bad. I was shaking this because I just get nervous tics every once in a while. Like I shake my leg, or I'm moving some part of my body in some way. At least my watch doesn't think I'm working out again. I have all the right reasons for being out here. I want to take care of my family. I want to make sure that my wife has everything she wants and deserves, which is everything. I want my babies to grow up with a different life that I had, and a different life than my wife had. Like, I want to give, it's just a natural want or requirement for me. And I imagine any other parents out there, you always want your child to have a better life than you do, but you also want them to respect what they have and not take that for granted. It's like the story that I told about trying to teach your kids how to cook. You tell them one time. That's how I do it. You tell them one time not to touch the stove. If they want to touch it, go ahead. It's going to hurt like hell. We'll treat the wound. But I bet you won't do it again. I'm not going to be like, no, 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 and then just spend the rest of my life telling them not to do something, not to take chances, not to make mistakes and learn from them, not to get down when you do something bad, but to use it as a stepping stone to be a better person, to be a better you. And that's what I feel like is happening right now. Fucking boot on my throat, dude. Stop being you. Shut up. Conform. Do as you're told. No. Your job's on the line. You're going to lose a good driver. Let's meet in the middle. Let's meet in the middle. That's how I see it. I should be a motivational speaker, man. I'm getting myself hyped. If I looked my wife in the eyes right now and told her I wanted to come home, I would see behind the lies she tells me and to stay out here that she wants me home. But she understands as well as I do, as badly as I want to be home, as badly as I want to be able to not just witness my children grow up, but be there. And then for this to happen, the center of attention, the prime renegade. He doesn't listen to anybody. He does what he wants. That's not what it's about, man. That's not what it's about. It's about the principle. It's about honor. All these things in me that just tell me that no. No. The way drivers jump between companies and bitch about who they currently work for just proves it's never greener on the other side. Appreciate your content. Stay safe. I appreciate that, Brad. And it doesn't matter what company you're for. There's gonna be reasons to bitch. Okay? Like I've said this before. I know I have. You're gonna eventually dislike your job for some reason or another. Some little thing's gonna get on your nerves enough that it's gonna become a big problem for you. And how you deal with that is up to you. Whether you can't continue working there or you try to find a middle ground and deal with it or move on or try to get something changed or understand it in a different way so that it's easier for you to deal with that problem. What do you mean what happened? What do you mean what happened? Goddamn, I've almost been doing this for 2 hours. Oh, man, you're going to have to do the replay group on that, bro. I can't sit here and explain an hour and 45 minutes. I mean, it's been kind of all over the place. Where to begin? I mean, really, it's not, I don't want to even get back into it again. It's going to be another fucking hour and a half talking about it all. The replay will be up soon. I doubt everybody's going to watch it. But, Eric showing up showed me some. Yeah, I'm still mad about that. I mean, I don't hate him. What I'm doing by asking for policies and procedures might seem selfish because I seem to be the only one right now that's voicing my opinion on the matter. Nobody else seems to have gotten that. The way that he worded his video cut a little deep. Because I don't think he actually meant how he was trying to say things the way he said it, but the way it came across was concerning to a degree. Just a passive-aggressive form of condescending nature. Basically calling me a child because I'm unable to manage my curse words because he likes to sit at the dinner table and not curse in front of his mom. He kept bringing that point up. I curse in front of my mom. My mom curses in front of me. We curse to each other about shit. It's just a good old time. That's just how we lived our life. And just because it's not the same as his doesn't mean that example is going to be coherent. Like a lot of people find that same way that's how they spoke to their parents or that's how they speak to their parents. Well, people live different lives, man. You know, just get to the point. You don't want policies and procedures in place. I get it. But they're there. They're already there. I'm proof of that. There's just not in writing. They're an invisible policy and procedures. And I feel like the reason why it's not because they necessarily don't need them. It's just that the legality of what they can ask their employees to do must be something that's pushing them from being able to do it. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't go take a bar exam or anything, so I don't know about litigation and human rights and all this other stuff. Both my haters have been in my video. I got 2 dislikes. Gotta be out here, bro. Need to find somewhere to park before 3. Find somewhere to park, bro. Yeah. I would say, I mean, depending on where you're at, you might be able to find parking. If you're on West Coast, you can find parking whenever you want. There's parking everywhere. Out here in the East, not so much. There's a bunch of truckers out here. Right now, though, there's plenty of parking, and it is. Oh, it's only 1 o'clock. There is, right? There's always 2 dislikes. I got my haters out there, and that's fine. I tell you at the end of all my videos, love it, hate it, rate it. I'm being honest. But I'm not going to get discouraged because somebody disliked my video. Like, I'm just speaking my mind. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. Whatever. To each their own, man. You want to tell me how you feel? Go for it. I'll listen. Jimmy Dean. I have a year under my belt now, so I have a bunch of other doors that have opened up. The driver shortage is enough to cause a lot of companies that would require more experience to drop their experience requirements and also throw in a hefty sign-on bonus. So there are options out there, but I'm not trying to leave Prime. I don't want to have to leave Prime. I don't want them to have to fire me. It's like the Beastie Boys said, you gotta fight for your right to party. Yeah. So that's my life. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, I'm gonna wait for it to come through on there. I already missed it on there. That's quite a bit of text, man. I'm sorry. Hold on. Bots. I've been watching your video from First Prime Video and love the content, so just keep your head up, keep doing you, be safe, bro. I appreciate the kind words, man. Those go a long way, guys. Kind words and things like that, understanding and being open to somebody else's thoughts that may not share the same policies or rights and wrongs that might be swimming through your head, but you just give me a chance, I'm sure I could sway into thinking my way, and if not, then I would love to debate with you, because I feel like no matter what, if you debate with somebody, which could be considered argumentative, I find it to be a win-win situation, because if I win the debate, you come out of it with more knowledge and understanding on something, whether your pride allows you to admit it or not. But in the regard of where I lose the debate, I learned something, and I'm not ashamed to call out my own bluff or learn or say that I learned something from that conversation. So I love debating, especially when it's something I really believe in. Let's see. Solution: get your own authority. Yes, that requires a lot of money. I'm already in debt, but I'm trying to get that started in the shortest time possible. Training would have helped with that for sure. There's a lot of liability involved with training, and I get training is a privilege. It's not something that you have a right to. But knowing that, you know, Prime is short on trainers, I was very eager to start that process and help alleviate that in the best way that I could, and that is offer my knowledge and services, being able to operate this truck safely and make money, because that's basically what I'm training somebody to do, is operate the truck safely and make money. I need to charge my phone. Then I need you to charge, phone. There you go. Woo! We dodged the bullet there, guys. Woo! I appreciate it, Lamont. He said, I enjoy you and Peter. Hopefully things work out and you continue to do you. I hope so too, man. What's this? Keep your head up, bro. I started Steven's career watching your videos. Rookie here. Man, we're all rookies, man. You're always learning something new. People been in the game 20 years and they're just learning how to do a PTI because they didn't have to do it back then. You know, like everybody's learning something new all the time. So we're all rookies in some regard. We're all steering wheel holders, as Eric would say. Wise words. You're being real in your videos, and reasonable people should appreciate that, including Prime. Yeah, I agree to some regard, but I also understand where they're coming from as well. You know, they have this major corporation, and basically it's I believe that Prime's publicly traded, so shareholders and anybody that could damage the brand is a liability. So they're trying to put pressure down on me, and they're in a rock and a hard place right now because I'm not conforming. So there are many minds over there versus just me. You know what I mean? So it's like they gotta be calculated, and I'm just trying to be myself. You would make a fantastic trainer. Prime is missing out. What a shame. Yeah. Maybe. I learned, just like, you know, you're not... A lot of people that have become parents, look at Eric and Jenna, they are terrified of having a kid. I got 5. You know, I was a parent for the first time once. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I learned as I went, and I learned what to and do, and there's no book on how to be a parent. It's the same thing with training or any other aspect of trying to share your knowledge with somebody else. Yeah, I'm a great backer. You can't train that, though. You just got to practice. There are certain things that you know where your strengths and weaknesses are, and you want to try to cover all the bases. Sometimes you can't. People have been training for years, and they might have been awesome at it at first, but they're horrible at it now, or vice versa. It just depends on how you are as a person and what you're willing to put up with and willing to do and sacrifice for the better part of this person that will soon be representing you because you trained them on how to do things. You know? You start training and there'll be 1,000 of little Brent truckers out there. I love it. Thank you. Now, going to Crete, leaving night because of the low pay. Been there 3 years at 48 CPM. Also night, investing $200 million on driverless truck technology. That's why, I don't want to get too political here, but I feel like that's why they're pushing the driverless trucks. They're saying there's a truck shortage. They're trying to push the bill along because there's a truck driver shortage. They want to start putting more money into this driverless truck thing. I mean, look, it's empty out here, but look how many freaking trucks are out here. These are all individuals with jobs, families. Everybody out here has a family back at home, and they're trying to provide for themselves, doing the only thing they might know how to, or the only thing that's really paying them anything worth a damn. And they want to strip that from us. Fight the power, man. Fight the power. Oh, I gotta tape this up or Velcro it up because it's causing my phone to shift, if you can't tell. That's a little better. Okay. Don't worry, that amount of money is nothing. If you day trade, you know that. Yeah, when you day trade, they're just numbers to you. They're not actual money. It's not actual cash in hand. I told myself when I started at Prime that I wouldn't believe the amount of money I was making until it hit my bank. And every week it hits my bank. And every week I'm still surprised. I keep saying this, and even if it doesn't work out with me in Prime, Prime is a great company to work for. They are. They're a great starter company. For sure. The best. I feel like equipment's great, service is great, amenities are great, food is the mac and cheese, fried mac and cheese balls. Man, if I could just get that recipe, dude. My God, those are like crack, I imagine. Oh man, what time is it, dude? Damn, it's only 2 o'clock. I can't do nothing until midnight. I'm out of clock. I run so hard in the mornings that I'm shutting down by like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I can't sleep. Because if I sleep right now, oh hell yeah, babe, I'm looking forward to that. Hey, if not tomorrow, then the next day I'll be home. Thank God, I'm so ready. You know what I was willing to sacrifice to do the training class? If you don't already know, I drove through Houston twice, right past my house, so that I could avoid staying out too long and not be able to train. I sacrificed home time so that I could help alleviate the problem at Prime with their trainer shortage. And only after I dropped that load to be told that I can't. So I asked, I was like, hey, can you send me home, please? I'd like to go home then. If I'm not gonna be able to train, I wanna go home. So I'm heading home. It's a little further than I'd like, but you know, Liberty, Texas is 3.5 hours from Houston. So I don't know if I'll make it tomorrow, but definitely the next day. Don't worry the amount of, oh yeah. Wow, 40 concurrent viewers for 2 straight hours. You guys are awesome. Listen to me just rant on and complain. Not really complain, but just kind of voice my opinion, man. Oh, it was Temple. I don't know at this point. I am tired. I've been up since midnight. It's been 14 hours and I drove 10 of those. 9.5. 9.5 hours. Let me see. Graph. 9 hours and 21 minutes driving today. How many miles did I get? 551. I was only going 60 miles an hour. It's about that time. Maybe. That's a solid 8 hours. If I could fall asleep. My emotions are all over the place right now, man. It's just... I'm driving and I'm like, oh God, I'm so tired. And then when I stop, it's like the road is hypnotizing in a way. It helps me forget about the troubled portions of my life. And it's great. Yeah, you're probably correct, Michael Hunt. Said you end this and the phone will ring. It's quite possible, yeah. A lot of emotions. Emotional. I don't know. I don't know. Vale, what's up? Welcome. I've been dry for a minute. That was delicious. Mellow yellow. I'm not starting over. Oh man. As soon as I end this, it'll play from the beginning. 2 hours though. That's quite a long time. Wow, I didn't expect to be streaming for this long, but it happened. That dude's trash is still like floating right here in between our trucks. I got a right mind to go out there and pick it up, man. But I don't know. Cans. Yeah, if my... Do I ever go to Lubbock? Sometimes, yeah. And if I... Jack! If my student wants home time, yeah, for sure. I'll let them take some home time. I'm gonna keep driving. But they're more than welcome to take home time. Now, if they're in Houston and they want to take some home time, then I may take it with them. But, yeah. That's usually the case, I believe. They do, like, the personality test, and then they try to match you up with somebody that matches your personality profile as well as lives close to you, so that if they need to take home time or you want to take home time, they can take home time, too. But really, I mean, my main focus would have been, I would have been completely okay with, is if they want to grind out those 30K immediately, that's what we'll do. Like, if you want to upgrade and get your truck, I'll teach you as quickly and as informatively as I could. And I can tell you right now that my fleet manager is great when it comes to getting me dispatched. I get put in all kinds of situations, not by any fault of his own or anything, but it's stuff that I feel like would be beneficial for anybody to be in the truck with me, or be in the truck in general, and just learn from these things that can happen while you're on the road. Don't worry, Val, you'll get another opportunity, I'm sure, to be first again. You're always first, man. You need to get something for that. I need to make like a t-shirt and give you a t-shirt or something. I don't even know what I would do. Eric made my intro for me, but I'm thinking I want to update it to something else. So I'm thinking about downloading Blender and playing with that when I'm on home time, and see if I can come up with something other than these. And it's my name right here, and there's just all kinds of colors and crap, and then it just cuts to me like this. Sup? It's always these epic. Oh yeah, but no doubt, Prime is definitely better than Stevens, man. You want me to lay it out for you real quick, and just a shortened version? Your CDL is paid for after working a year at Prime. Do I need to say anything else? That's it. That's number one, because you work a year at Prime, they'll forgive your CDL loan. You work for Prime, you paid it off by working for them. You go lease, you're gonna make some money. You go company, you're gonna make some money. Like, it's a great starter company. By far, I would say, in my experience with all the other companies out there, they're not forcing you to team with anybody. Later on, come back on this 247. Yeah. Oh, my mom's watching my video. Yes, I'm going home. I don't know what day it's gonna be. It's either tomorrow. Is lease harder than company? No, a lot of people would say that lease is easier than company because you can deny loads. But in reality, you don't want to deny any loads. Hey, what's up, hippie? Put down, what? Hold on, did I miss something he said? It's $14K, and put $5,500 down on my other truck. So it's $14,000 when if you've been leasing for less than a year. Every year, subsequent year, up to, I believe, $9,000 down or $10,000 down. Don't guess. Is what, like, so every year you're here, you subtract it by $1,000 as far low as either $10,000 or $9,000 down for your truck. And then instead of the balloon payment at the end, you pay it up front, and then you pay subsequent payments every week until it's paid off. Generally, with reefer, it's 3 to 4 year lease at maybe a little less than you'd pay for a general lease, but you're also paying for your own insurance. You know, there's a lot of other stipulations involved that I'm not familiar with just yet because I'm not at that level of I want to buy a truck, but I'm not in a financial position to do so just yet. I'm close already, only 3 months in. I literally, if I was just solo, I didn't have a family at home, I could have already purchased a truck. In 3 months of working at Prime, I could have bought my own truck. Especially if you're a single guy and you literally were like living at a friend's house and you don't have any real bills. Oh my God, dude, you could literally start a career in like 3 to 4 months if you put in the effort, and you could be making more money than you can spend out here as a lease operator or owner operator with Prime. And you can get it all started and you can end it all here at Prime. It's a great company, man. They give you a lot of opportunity. Just don't be like me and push buttons that they don't like getting pushed. I'll never talk bad about Prime. They're a great company. This is just we're just butting heads. That's the only issue. That's it. Oop. I'm glad that was tied down. I messed up that thing. But yeah, 2 hours and 10 minutes. I suppose I'm gonna get off of here and see if I am gonna get a call. And I guess I'm gonna talk to my wife for a minute and then possibly go to sleep. What if you don't want to complete the What? Oh, he retracted the message. If I create another account. Prime is a great company. I can't see staying past a year. Maybe. And it's all just dependent on you as an individual. How do you feel about it? What do you want to do with it, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I'm tired. I'm gonna talk to my wife for a bit and then go to sleep because I am very exhausted. Remember, gents and ladies, love it, hate it, rate it, take care. And I'll see y'all in another time. How do I end this thing? I'll be safe, guys. Y'all be safe too.